When you look behind like a really complicated older entertainment center.
Oh, yeah. The rat's nest.
Exactly. You've got the TV, the gaming console, the sound system, the router, and behind all of those expensive screens, it is just a terrifying dusty tangle of black wires.
Right. And it's the kind of setup where, it functions in the short term,
Yeah.
but the second you try to upgrade a single component, the whole system just collapses.
Yeah, you reach back there, you pull one cord, hoping to unplug a lamp or something, and suddenly the Wi-Fi goes out and the TV restarts.
It's a total nightmare.
It really is. It's a system where everything is technically connected, but you have absolutely no idea how the underlying logic is routed.
Mm.
And, well, that fear of the tangled wires is exactly why React's architecture matters so much.
Mm-hmm.
So, welcome to today's deep dive. We have a massive stack of technical notes here, and our mission today is to unpack a comprehensive guide to React architecture.
Specifically focusing on how React components manage data and share logic.
Right. We're going to compare some really foundational design patterns. So we're talking controlled versus uncontrolled components and how the classic higher order components stack up against modern custom hooks.
And, the reason you should really care about this as someone building complex web apps is because choosing the right pattern dictates whether your code base remains a clean, maintainable joy to work with, or if it becomes that tangled, buggy mess behind the TV.
Totally. So let's look at how to stop the bleeding in your component tree, starting with the biggest culprit of messy data, which is forms.
Forms are just the perfect entry point for this discussion because they represent the boundary between your user and your application state.
Right.
Before we can even talk about sharing data cleanly across a massive application, we have to look at how we capture that data at the source. And architecturally, there is a fundamental tug of war happening right at that boundary.
Yeah, it really comes down to a battle over the single source of truth. Like, are we letting the browser's document object model the DOM manage the state, or are we forcing React to take the wheel?
Exactly.
Let's start with the approach most developers reach for first, the control component. In this pattern, React completely hijacks the native HTML behavior, right?
It does. I mean, mechanically, you are shifting the memory allocation of that form data. Traditional HTML inputs, they maintain their own internal state within the DOM itself. But a controlled component intercepts that. You bind the input's value directly to a piece of React state, and then you wire up an on-change event handler.
It honestly reminds me of a micromanaging boss.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Think about it. You type the letter H into a text field. The browser wants to just display it natively, but React steps in and says, stop. I have intercepted the H. I am now updating my internal JavaScript memory to include the H.
Right. I need to approve this.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, I will trigger a complete re-render of this component and